Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha. Hello everyone. So today I feel like talking about the Threefold Training in Buddhism. So the Threefold Training is an important core principle in Buddhism. Regardless of which Dharma gate you practice, you should follow the Threefold Training. So the Threefold Training includes first the precepts, sila, or morality, moral principles, and second, concentration or meditative concentration, and third, wisdom or prajna. So the Threefold Training is a progressive practice in Buddhism, and it's extremely important also for Pure Land practitioners as well. So first, sila, precepts or moral principles. So some people think, I don't want anything to restrain my freedom. I want to be like YOLO, to do what I want. So precepts are not here to actually restrain us. They may look like so on the surface, but the essence of precepts is actually to help us to set our mind free. Right? It's only when we follow the right conduct, when we can purify our body, speech, and mind, then we can be more free. And through precepts, it can give rise to meditative concentration. So only through following the right conduct to purify our mind, then it's much easier for us to enter into meditative concentration. So precepts, it's a way to sort of cleanse our body, speech, and mind, and to better prepare us into meditative concentration. So for lay Buddhists, usually one observes the 5 precepts, which are no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no intoxicants or anything that could cloud the mind. So by observing the 5 precepts, it can help us to purify our body, speech, and mind, and it can better prepare us into meditative concentration. And sometimes there are also the 8 precepts, and also the Bodhisattva precepts. So many different kinds of precepts in Buddhism. Depending on your studies, your level, you can choose to observe these precepts. Of course, for beginners, there is no absolute requirement that you must follow the precepts. But as you progress further on the path, then it's definitely highly recommended for you to follow the precepts. And precepts are not only about following the external rules. The essence of observing the precepts is actually to help us gathering the mind, to restraining, to collecting the mind, taming its scattered tendencies. So the essence of observing the precepts is actually to tame the mind. When we can tame the monkey mind, that's when we can better enter into meditative concentration. At the beginning, for beginners, you may choose to observe the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts we discussed before, it's to prohibit you from doing something that's not good. At the beginning, you may think all these precepts are about telling you not to do something, not to do something. If you do it, then you're breaking the precepts. But if you go into a higher stage, like for instance, if you observe the Bodhisattva precepts, then to not do something, it's also considered breaking the precepts. For instance, if you study the Dharma, you know the Dharma, and you don't share the Dharma, it's considered as breaking the Bodhisattva precepts. It's like you regress from your bodhicitta. The essence of Bodhisattva precepts is to give rise to bodhicitta. And if you have the opportunity to share the Dharma to others, and if you don't, it's also considered as breaking the precepts. So initially, the precepts are about prohibiting you from doing something. And later on, if you don't do something, it's also considered as breaking the precepts. For those who observe the Bodhisattva precepts, and you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, and second is meditative concentration. If you observe the precepts, you can tame the monkey mind, then it's much easier for you to enter into meditative concentration. For Nianfo practitioners, it's much easier for you to single-mindedly Nianfo. It's important that when we Nianfo, we can also be single-minded. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes if you Nianfo, it's better that you are single-minded so it can tame the monkey mind. And why is meditative concentration so important in Buddhism, regardless of which Dharma gate you might practice? Because it is through meditative concentration then wisdom arises. So through meditative concentration, it will activate the original wisdom that's within all of us. To say wisdom is maybe slightly incorrect, or people can misunderstand and think, oh, it's just wisdom. But when we talk about wisdom in Buddhism, we mean this great wisdom, the transcendent wisdom, the wisdom of prajna paramita, prajna, emptiness, shunyata. So it's the wisdom that's able to perceive the true nature of the reality, which is as it is, the thusness, suchness of the true nature of reality. The wisdom of emptiness, to understand that all things are empty of inherent existence. So it's this kind of wisdom we are talking about, this transcendent wisdom we are talking about. And it is through meditative concentration one can give rise to wisdom. When one has this transcendent wisdom, then one can transcend all sufferings in life. For Pure practitioners, if you obtain this meditative concentration, you can single-mindedly Nianfo, and slowly it can activate the original wisdom that's within all of us. For Pure practitioners, is that you can perceive everything is actually infinite light, infinite life. The true meaning of Amitabha Buddha, which is also the true nature that's within all beings. Okay, so may all beings hear the name of Amitabha Buddha and attain rebirth in the land of ultimate bliss. Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Amituofo.